There are no trains, no planes, no electric lights, no ambulances. With your life at stake, from Dongnae, what is now Busan, to Hanyang, you must walk 1,000 li. Tigers hold the mountain passes. The monsoon blocks the rivers. The exam will not wait for you. You go anyway. It is the only road your family has left. Before you set out, you fasten a small wooden tag to your belt, a hope. Think of it as your ID card. You were born into a fallen noble house in Dongnae, Busan. 3 generations have passed since anyone in your family held office. Only one path remains to restore your family's name: passing the state examination. The capital, Hanyang, lies 1,000 li away, more than a fortnight on foot. Your mother presses a small purse of travel money into your hands without a word. Those few coins are the last your family can spare. When the sun goes down, you look for a house with a lantern or a wicker strainer hung by the door. There are no signboards. That is how you know it is an inn. The innkeeper sets down a bowl of soup, calling you a scholar with a long road ahead. Because you are Yangban, you are given a room at all. Were you lowborn, you would be turned away at the gate. There are no blankets. Lying leg to leg with strangers you have never met, you pass your first night on the road. The markets of Daegu. The real trap on the road to the exam is not the steep mountain pass. It is a place like this. Lured by the lanterns of the Gisang houses, more than a few young men idled away a month or two and lost every last coin of their travel money. You turn away. A scholar bound for the same road asks to travel together. In a group, even tigers seem less fearsome. A deep mountain, a pass at night. Even the royal annals record countless people carried off by tigers. In the darkness, 2 eyes gleam. A low growl settles over the trees. The travelers close ranks, raise their torches, beat brass gongs, and shout into the night. Had you been alone, your road would have ended here. The monsoon cuts the road. Before a river swollen brown and churning, the ferry sits tied to the bank, going nowhere. The ferryman says flatly that there is no crossing until the water falls. But the date of the exam waits for no one. Mungyeong Saejae. There were 3 passes into the capital: Jungyong, Chupungyong, and Joryong. Yet scholars insisted on this one pass. Chupungyong, they said, would make you fall like a leaf in the autumn wind. Jungyong would make you slip and slide. Only Mungyeong carried the meaning: to hear joyful news. This is the path countless scholars crossed, praying to rise and make their name. And now you cross it too. At last, Hanyang. The great gate of Sungyemun looks down in silence on you, who have walked 1,000 li. But in exam season, the city overflows with scholars from every province. Every inn is full. You have come 1,000 li, and there is not a single place to lie down. If you are lucky, a distant relative takes you in. If not, you rent a corner of a room and wait for the day of the exam. Some spend their nights under the eaves of a stranger's house. The night before, sleep will not come. The end of 1,000 li road is now a single day away. On the day itself, from the black hours before dawn, scholars crowd toward the examination ground with lanterns in hand. The fight for a good seat is fierce before the sun is even up. Once seated, you grind ink on the stone. The answer has many taboos. No Buddhism, no Taoism, no naming of political factions, not even the king's given name. At last the exam question is posted. Holding every forbidden thing in mind, you slowly lift the brush. Upon this single sheet of paper rest 3 generations. As the brush draws its first stroke, the weight of 1,000 li flows into your fingertips. Even after you hand in your answer, the exam is not yet over. The marking takes days, and the names of those who pass are written out and posted on a public board, the bangmok. On the day the list goes up, the crowd surges toward the board. Your eyes trace down the names, one by one, and then they stop. Your name is there. Each successful candidate receives the Iosawa, a paper flower bestowed by the king. You fix it to your hat, and the 3-day procession through the streets, the Samo Yuga, begins. Entertainers lead the way, and music rings out. You, who 3 days ago had nowhere even to sleep, now pass down the very center of the capital's streets. And then you go home. The 1,000-li road you once walked, you now retrace on horseback. Jemui Hanyang, returning home in robes of silk. The words mean exactly what they say. At the wicker gate in Dongnae, your aged mother is waiting. After 3 generations, office has returned to your house. But to pass was a stroke of fortune. Of the thousands who walked this same road, only a handful ever reached this honor. You are one who walked it to the very end.